Elements users, here's another tutorial just for you. Well, we'll let the Photoshop people use it as well. That's how to eliminate shine, and it works equally well and using exactly the same steps for Photoshop and for Photoshop Elements. So you know the shine I'm talking about, that shine that you get on the end of someone's nose or on their cheek or their chin or their forehead or on their glasses. Kind of wrecks a photograph because your eyes immediately go to the brightest spot, and we're going to show you how to get rid of that here. And it's fairly straightforward, and we'll just mess around with some different things. What we're going to use here is the clone tool and some layers, and do a bit of selecting and that kind of stuff, okay? So here's the international man of mystery, also known as Austin Powers. I ran into him in a digital imaging show, and we were all invited to take his photograph, which we did, and this is the one I took. And you can see he's got some shine here and up in here and over there and on the end of his nose. So we're going to get rid of that. So the first thing we're going to do is zoom in a bit on his face. Now I'm going to add a new layer on here. Okay? Oops, get out there, layers. And this is going to be the layer. And we're going to work on this layer so it's going to maintain the integrity, as they say, of your original photograph. So I'll take care of these easy things first, then we'll go and get the more difficult things in here. Take the clone brush. Whoops, let me get this out here so you can see what I'm doing. Here's the clone brush. Now what I'm going to do with this clone brush is I am going to use some of these modes for the brushes. Those are the things that you've got and you have no idea what they do and terrified to try them. They do work. We're going to use the darken mode, the lighten mode. If we have a brilliant spectral highlight like this, we're going to darken it. If we had a big old zit over here that was too dark, we would lighten it, and we use the lighten mode. So we're going to use the darken mode in this situation. I'm using a Wacom Intuos 4x5 tablet on my MacBook, and this is Adobe Photoshop Elements 4. If you have a tablet and you install the bundled software with it and you're using Windows, it's Adobe Elements 5. I have no idea what the difference is. But there is a difference. So let's zoom in on this part here. And we're going to get our clone tool. We're going to set it to darken. And just to the right of the mode thing, there's called opacity, and then there's two checkboxes, aligned and sample all layers. Make sure that sample all layers is selected. Now this brush is a little bit big, so I'm going to use the slide switch on my tablet to make it smaller. Then I've got the 4 switches on the left of my tablet here, and the second one down on the right hand side is the Alt key, so I'm going to press the Alt key, and because it's pressure sensitive I can just go very lightly and it'll take care of that nicely without going crazy. And what you want to do is change the source a fair amount so you don't get patterns starting like you sometimes get with mice, or if you're not careful about where you're using as your source. You can get these goofy patterns going on. I'm going to bring some darkness in a bit here. And you can see how nice it is to use the tablet. This is great. If you don't have a tablet, you do any digital editing, or if you like doing it just as a hobby even, you got to get a tablet. It's the greatest thing. Okay, there's his cheek. Now I'm going to zoom over to his nose. He's got a big one here, just a bit of one right there, so we'll just take care of that in a few seconds. There we go. And over to here. And you can see this is a bit darker, so just to show you these modes, we'll come to lighten, set our thing there, and you can see how it just lightens it right up. There, took that little, I guess these are digital artifacts or something. Double tap on the zoom and we're out. You can see those two are nicely gone. Now we get the trouble spot, the glasses. This is a trademark of Mr. Austin Powers, the international man of mystery, to have these big honking glasses on. So there's a variety of different ways we can do it. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to flatten this so we get rid of that layer. Whoops. Fine. Flatten the image. Okay, so it's just one image now. What I'm going to do because this is so bright and it's so hard to get the shading right, I'm going to select a little area here with my elliptical marquee tool, and I'm going to put it on a new layer, and I'm going to move it over there. And we're going to cover that up, then we'll blend it in. Does that sound like a plan? Okay, thanks, it does. Okay, let's just do a little bit of this here. Now, I'm going to do Control or Command J to put this on a new layer, and you can see it's now on a new layer. If I turn this layer off, you can see there it is. So I'll turn the background on again. Now I'm going to get my Move tool, and I'm on layer 1, that's the one that's selected. I'm just going to move it over here. Okay, now it becomes, you can transform it, so I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Whoops. There. Okay, now I'm going to get my clone tool. Oh, approve it. Look at my clone tool. So now we've got a little patch there. Now what we want to do is fix this stuff. So I have to darken in here. So clone, just take this here, and just kind of blend it in nicely. And I'm going to darken this up a bit. So that blue, I think, is a blue from the glasses, from the lenses. They're probably fake lenses. Whoops, I got to sit on lighten. No wonder it's not doing what I want it to do. You always got to watch all these things that are going on. You know? So this was coming out here. Okay, now let's start blending a bit here. And that blue cast is going away. We'll just kind of look at it later and see how it looks. I want to lighten the whole thing a little bit. So I'm going to take it from here, make my brush bigger, and just kind of flop around in there, make the whole thing go at the same time. So there we go, we've got a little patch going on in there. Now up here we'll just use the darken mode to do this. Oops, I took where I shouldn't have taken it from. Took my source from there. Okay, now if I was going to be doing this, the other thing is his eyebrow. His eyebrow was kind of gone all weird. It was underneath that glare. You couldn't see it. So I'm adding it back in. Now, you know, I am not artistic, so getting his eyebrow right might be a challenge. Let's see how he looks. Ah, that looks better now on that side. Okay, let's go and get this glasses glare done. Okay, now I'll get my clone tool again. And we're still on the layer that I created. So we'll do it here. We're still on darken. And here we go. Coming down. I better hurry up. It's going to be an awfully long video. But that layer stuff took big time. So we're going to fly. Because, you know, you might have to go to the bathroom or something. I don't want to hold you up. And here. So this is how you do it. And it's a good thing to practice on. It's a good thing to have a tablet to do it with. Because it's not as easy, nearly as easy with a mouse to do this kind of stuff. Well, nothing is as easy with a mouse as it is with a tablet. A tablet just kicks butt, really, when you get down to it. They're so much fun to use. They're so smooth. So if you don't have one, you need to do it. You need to get out there and get one, because it'll make your digital imaging stuff a lot better. And there's like tons and tons and tons of tutorials online that you can find. There's my little spot there. Whoops, get it in there. Okay. Now I'm hurrying. A digital imaging project should never be hurried, should it? There we go, there we go. And one last thing here. I guess the only little thing I do now to tune up Austin is to get the paintbrush and just paint in white where it should be white in his eyes and at the edge of his eyes. Right here, they're kind of yellow. And there, and there, and there, 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 there. Okay, so let's zoom out. Now, doesn't that look better? Okay, so there you go. Practice it, try it out, you'll love it, it's fun. And you'll amaze people and confound your friends when you get rid of shine off their pictures. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. I hope you learned something here, hope to try it out. And visit my site, www.the-graphics-tablet.com, and got lots of other videos and stuff there. So you take care, and thanks again for watching.